Hello again. Yes, this is luggage in front of you, and we have another packing video. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee. I use this channel to talk all about what intentional living looks like for me, and my hope is that you will find some ways that you can be more intentional in your own life. I feel like there has been a lot of travel content, one, that has been coming out, and two, that I have been filming, because there has been. And I'm here again to pack another bag to go on another trip. This was a more unexpected trip as we are headed out of town for a couple of days to attend a funeral. However, it does give me the chance to stretch my packing muscles and try to pack in this personal item sized bag to fly on Spirit Airlines for the first time in over 10 years. I am not a fan of Spirit Airlines. I am a Delta girl through and through, but for the last minute prices of tickets, Spirit was the way to go. And because they try and nickel and dime you on literally every additional thing, we are just taking a personal item each. So my husband has a backpack that he'll be packing in, and I have this Away Everywhere 2.0 bag that I'll be packing in. We're only going for 2 nights, so it's not too much stuff that needs to go in it, but it is just wild to go from a normal size carry-on, which honestly my husband and I both probably could have packed into one normal size carry-on, but now we're downsizing to a personal item size bag and hoping for the best. So I have everything that I need to pack right here in front of me. So we're just gonna pack the bag. It shouldn't take too long. I just wanna see how everything fits. I mainly use this bag when I have an additional carry-on with me. I have used it one time for 2-night trip from the Netherlands to Manchester. Really, I was in Sheffield, but I flew into Manchester to see a friend there, and I was able to fit everything that I needed for that trip in this bag, and that was in the winter, so I had giant sweaters and things like that, so it should be much easier to pack these items. So first, I have the outfit that I'm going to be wearing on the plane tomorrow. I'm going to be wearing this queen shirt and these joggers from Old Navy, but because I'm wearing that on the plane, I don't have to pack it, so that's just going to get tossed to the side for now. Then we have the funeral on Friday. I'm taking this strapless dress, and then I am going to be pairing it with this blazer. I don't have a black blazer other than my leather one, and it's too hot for that. So I'm just planning to put this on top of it. If it gets too warm, I will just wear the dress itself. I know some people are going to say that strapless is not appropriate at a funeral, and just trust me to determine whether it's appropriate or not for where we're going. So because the blazer is probably the bulkiest thing that I have, I do want to go ahead and fit that down at the bottom and then build up and around from there. So then I'm going to put the dress. And then for Saturday, it's gonna be a day where we go and see some additional family members that live in the area, and then we'll also be traveling back home. So I'm taking 2 top options depending on how hot the weather is. So I'm taking this as an option, and I'm gonna fold that up and kind of stick it on the side of the bag. And then I also have this tank top in case it's super warm. And then I have these pants that I'm gonna take for my Saturday option. And honestly, if we were just going and staying in a hotel, I wouldn't worry about anything to wear around the hotel or at night. But we're staying with some family members, so I'm gonna take my big Pooh nightshirt. And that's Winnie the Pooh, BT dubs. And then we have underwear and a bra. I have all of my toiletries and all of my makeup in this. I'm not gonna go through every item, but I will just remind you that I have these tiny little containers that I use for my toiletries, and that helps me keep everything really minimal. And then I have some makeup products in here. This is probably the biggest thing in here. I have my toothbrush, I have a beauty blender, and it all just zips up nicely in this little container. The only thing that didn't fit is my deodorant, which can just fit right down at the side. Then I have all my vitamins and supplements, some Advil, my Laneige lip sleeping mask. I just repurchased this. I have gone a couple of months without it now, and already after like 2 nights of using it, my lips feel so much better. So I'm very glad to have that back, and we'll definitely be taking it on the trip. I have my travel sound machine that I cannot live without, and it doesn't take up much space. We'll see if these can fit once I get everything in the bag, but I do have an extra pair of glasses in addition to the ones I'm wearing right now, or I'll just choose one pair to take. In the laptop container is where I'm going to put my Kindle, our boarding passes, my wallet, my phone, and my phone charger when I get those. And then the last 3 items are my little jewelry box, which I'll actually be putting these earrings in just to keep them contained, my hair straightener, and my hairbrush. So the way that I just put everything in here, it's not fitting. So I'm gonna sit down and repack this and then show you the finished result. Before I do that though, I'm going to be wearing the pair of shoes that I'm taking for the whole trip on the plane. And it's these Dr. Scholl's sandals. And I just figured it's better to just go with one pair, especially because of some of the bulkier clothes that it appears are having to go in this bag right now. Okay, she's packed, except I took out my Kindle because I need to measure this bad boy and make sure that it is still within the stipulations set forth by Spirit Airlines and their personal item size bag. We're gonna measure it together, but one thing that I wanted to say that I changed when I repacked the bag, I've been so used to packing in my hard case away bag that has the compression for clothes that I have forgotten about the art of rolling your clothes to make more space. In this bag, rolling was the way to go. It gave me so much more space, and fit everything a lot better. I'm quickly gonna look up their dimensions to make sure that I'm measuring correctly. Okay, so the bag cannot be taller than 18 inches. I'm actually gonna measure this way because if needed to put it in the bin, I can turn it this way. 18 inches, 14 inches tall or wide, and then 8 inches deep. That's the one I'm worried about. So the base is totally fine. This is 18 inches. So if we're gonna say that that's the height of the bag, and if they make me measure it, I'll just turn it this way. The depth is what I'm most worried about. For height, yeah, it's well under 14, so I'm not worried about that. And then 8 inches, which this is an inch over the side. Like barely. But the way that I packed it, I should be able to compress it enough to force it to fit in the little container, because nothing that I have in here is breakable, which is why I took my Kindle out. And I will just put my Kindle and my phone in my pocket when we go on the plane so that it doesn't crack or potentially get any scratches on the screen based on trying to force this in the sizing compartment. The other thing is my husband still has to pack his bag, so it's possible he might have a little extra leeway to put 1 or 2 items from this in there so that we can compress this even more. But all in all, we did pretty well. 2 days worth of clothes, toiletries, a hair straightener, a hairbrush, underwear and a bra, everything I need for the 2-night trip we're taking to Michigan to fly on a Spirit Airlines flight with just a personal item. Hopefully this goes well for me. Until next time.